right, I'd like to just do a quick introduction for the presenters. We have Nate Lowe. He's our Regional Director of Customer Success. Nate has been with Novorad for 14 years. In addition to customer success, he has been a support engineer and an implementation engineer. He previously worked as a PACS administrator and a senior imaging systems analyst at hospitals in Fresno and Seattle. In Nate's free time, he is a volunteer firefighter, a member of search and rescue, and a farmer. I'd also like to present Erica Curry. She is also within our customer success team. She's our customer success administrator. Erica is a new addition to the Novorad customer success team. She has experience as a CNA, medical receptionist, and background in restaurant management for 9 years. In her free time, she enjoys doing triathlons, going hiking, camping, and playing video games. I'd like to turn the time over to Nate now for presenting the class. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Emily. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I recognize some of the names from the last class, so you know all the answers. So maybe I'll ask one of you to present. All right. So the new customer portal for Novorad. If you don't currently have access and you would like access for you and your team, please send us an email at portalrequest@novorad.net. And I'll have Erica paste that into the chat window so that everybody can see that. When we get an email from you, the email that you send to portalrequest@novorad.net, if you could just include your name, what facility you work with, and your title, and maybe your phone number, just so we know who we're dealing with and what facility to set up, and the phone number, just so we can reach out to you and show you how to use it. If you have any more questions after today, once we get your email, we will register you for the portal and you'll receive an email, and the address that the registration comes from, and we'll probably have to paste this in the chat window as well. You'll get an email from noreply.portal@novorad.net. I have seen this because it begins with no reply. I have seen spam filters drop this into the junk email folder. I've also seen overzealous IT departments block this email address. So if you can't find it, just know that it's possible it got blocked or it went into spam. And we'll work through that together. All right, so once you get registered for the portal, to get to the portal, you'll go to customer.novorad.net, get signed in there, your email address is your username, and then it will guide you through setting up a password. Once you get logged in, you'll see this screen right here. And if you are the first person signing in for your organization, chances are you're probably going to be an administrator for the portal. And you can have more than one administrator for the portal, but we're going to quickly talk about team access. This is where you're going to give members of your team access to use the portal. So as you can see here, we have our different people. You can see their names and their email addresses in this column here. We have the access type in this column here, and we'll discuss what each of those means and whether they are an active user or not. So this is easily explained by going through and creating a new user from scratch. So first off, you'll see the fields, they're all empty, but you see the fields with the red bar next to them. That just means that it's required. It also tells you it's required in the field. So we just type in the information here. All right. Phone number is helpful, just in case support can't reach you by the way you opened up the support case, we can reach out by a phone number. State is required because our support department is organized into different regions, so we need to know where the help is needed, what support team needs to help, what area. Now we're going to talk about the different types of access levels or the roles. So the admin level, the admin or super user level is primary customer. in this customer portal. So the primary customer can do everything, including team access, the stuff we're doing right now. The next one down would be customer. This access level of customer can do everything except for managing the team access. So they can open up support cases, they can do everything else. Content user can only view content like knowledge base articles, newsletters, training material, that sort of stuff. They cannot open support cases through the portal, and they cannot obviously manage the team. So we just decide what sort of access we want and go ahead and click submit, and your new user is created. A couple other items that you can do on this page is under this actions column here. If someone forgets their password, you can reset their password for them. Also, I'd like to mention when you first log in, if you're having issues logging in, you can't remember your password, there is a I forgot my password link right at the login page. So you can either point your people there or you can do it for them right here. Once you click reset password, it will generate an email and send to your user that they can follow a link and reset their password. You can update their access. Let's say you have someone who is a content user only, but they have proven themselves and you want to make them a customer or a primary customer. So that's where you would do it, is the update access. If someone leaves your organization, this is where you would disable them. You can filter what you see on your screen. You can show all active users. You can show all inactive users and all contacts not a user yet. So let me explain that one real quick. When we built this new customer portal, we had a bunch of contacts for your organizations already in our contact relationship management software. And we got that information by you and your people opening up support cases. So that's how we got names and email addresses. So if you see, when you first log into your the new customer portal, and you see people who are no longer with your organization, just know that that's where they came from. They're not active. Nobody will be active by default. So that's what all contacts not a user yet is. We have the information, but we haven't assigned them any sort of access. And we can also filter by access level. So if you want to see everyone who has been assigned a primary customer, that's how you would do that. And I think that is everything. So I will turn it over to Erica and she will walk us through the rest of the portal.
Perfect. Thank you, Nate. Let me share my screen here. All right, and it looks like we have a question in chat from Ashley. Okay, so if you log into the portal and you do not see that team access tab up here, that would mean you are not the primary user. So this is for anybody that, when you go in here, that Nate just showed, has the primary customer access. So they are the only ones that have this team access tab. If you would like that, you can reach out to us. We can let you know who at your site has that access, and then you can get with them to see if you can get that access or not. But yeah, so that would be why that doesn't show up for you. Okay, so let's go to create a case. So here we have the create a case tab and my cases. We go into create a case. When it starts here, this kind of lets you type in your question here. So you kind of search, you're going to search our knowledge base to be able to answer possibly your question. So let's say you're having routing errors. You're going to type that in here. Hit search, and it's going to bring up some articles that could potentially answer that question or any of the issues that you could be having at that time. So let's click here, Novapax admin routing errors. So let's say you click on this article, you read through it, and you find, all right, this article, it solved my issue. It answers whatever issues you were having, any questions you may have had. One big thing that we would really love for everyone to do is, if this article is pertaining to you, any of the articles you read did answer any questions you had, this blue button up here where it says this article solved my issue, go ahead and click that. So then we know here at Novorad, this article is helpful to you. Thinking about it, should this, again, it just lets us know that the articles you're searching and researching for are helping you answer any of the questions that do come up. Okay, so that then brings you here. So let's go back to the main page before we dive into this. Okay, so let's say you type in your issue here, you click on an article, you read through it, and it is not answering your question, any of your issues right there. So this article didn't work, and any other articles that you're reading are just, nope, they're not working out. It's not answering the problem you're having. So you're going to go down here to the bottom of the article and create a new support ticket. Okay, now when we get in here, this first one, case type, this here is for, let's say you just have a question about something. That's there. If you have a problem, a request, or you just need more training, this here kind of lets you put in what kind of type of issue that you have. So let's say we just had a question here. Next, symptom. Here we have a list of symptoms, and if your symptom is not listed here, we do have this other listed down below, so you can include a description there at the bottom. We'll go through that. So here we, let's say, resend and routing. Short description here, I'm just going to put test, but here you would put in whether you're not able to route things, if you're routing things from packs and then you're not seeing them. Just a little short description here. And when you go down here to additional notes, here we want you to be as detailed as possible because these notes will be sent to our support team. And the more details you can put in, the more they are able to recreate the issue and help work it out and see what's going on. So you want to be able to put it here, making sure that you just be as descriptive as possible. So when it happened, where is it happening on one workstation or multiple workstations, all of that. So then when you do submit this, again, the support team will get it. It sends them an email and it will send you an email as well. So here it says, thank you for submitting a case. We're currently reviewing the information provided and we will respond as soon as possible. While you wait, check out our knowledge base to better help solve your issue. So here you can go view your case, but just in case you're like, hey, I want to go check out those articles again, maybe I missed something, maybe there's something I can learn that will help solve my issue while the support team is looking into the case that you created, you can go ahead and click that and it will take you straight to our knowledge base. So you can keep researching and studying and doing what you can on your end to possibly solve your issue before even support gets back. If not, you can just go to view your case, your open case there. And here, so it'll list the case title here, when it was created, the support engineer it's going to, the description of the issue, that case type again, if it was a question, a problem, you needed training, that will be here. The symptom that you put as well, your case number here at the top right, your site code will show up right here, where it originated, so the client portal here, this is where we submitted it. If you call in by phone, that will show here as well, so you know. The current status, so if it's active or closed, the status of it, if the case was escalated, that box will be checked here. And let's say there was a knowledge base article that did answer your question, that will show up here. Now down here, so under this resolutions, if once your case is resolved, those resolution notes will show up here. Any notes while the case is open and even after it is closed that the support team has, or any notes that you have, will show up here. Now, going with that, if let's say while support is working on your case, some new things come up, you're having some new issues with what's going on, you can click new here. And let's say you're still having routing errors. But now it's not, let's say it's now just disappearing. You're not seeing anything where it's supposed to be going. Any description here. Again, more details here. If you have pictures of like any errors that pop up and you take a screenshot, you can add those here with the choose file. I'm just going to put test in this description and hit submit. And when you add those new notes, that will send support an email, and they will look at that and be like, okay, they're still having issues. Oh, this is something new. Let's see if we can add that into what we're already doing. If this changes anything with their resolution or any of that, it'll be there. Let's go back. Okay. Also, when you're here, let's say through all of that, a couple days later, your issue is resolved. It's no longer an issue at your site, and the support case is still opened. You can come back to the support case and you have a cancel case right here. So let's say the issue is resolved, it's not happening anymore. Hit cancel case. Okay, routing error solved. You can put like, let's say you came into work and you just list there, I was able to route this study, I can see it now, I'm not having the same issues, this is what I did. Again, be detailed because this will go to support and they'll be like, oh, maybe possibly it was just a network error or something like that. So then we can know what possibly could have solved that and fixed that issue. Put those comments there, hit submit. These will go to our support team again so they can read those and know that you no longer need help with this case. Okay. So let's go back to the home page. So that's just going through and creating a case. Now, like I mentioned, you can come back here and cancel those cases. So if you want to come back here and see what cases are open, if you need to cancel one, or you need to see past cases that are closed, come here to My Cases, or also up here in the tab, where right next to our Home tab, it says My Cases. Both of these buttons will take you to your cases. So there's multiple places you can access your cases. So here, right at the top, if you're looking for a specific case that you opened, you can search by date, start date, end date. If you can't quite remember which one it was, this will give you an approximation and it'll filter out all those ones within that date frame that you give it. But if you just come down here, you'll see My Open Cases, all right here. It'll list the case number, case title, when it was created, the symptom that was listed, the status. So again, these are all open cases, so they're all listed as active. And then who opened those, who was responsible for those opened cases. If you just scroll down a bit more, again, also down here, if there's more, you're looking for a different one, you can see all of them down here. So if you scroll down and you get to My Closed Cases. So these were all either canceled, so you resolved it on your own, or here it says resolved. So again, same listing, case number, case title, when it was created, the symptom listed, the status of it, and who is responsible for that case for opening it up. So let's go into, so this one was resolved. So by clicking on the case number, you'll click on it. Thinking about it, there we go. So you'll come in here and it's listing all the same information we saw when we were creating a case and looking at these closed cases. All that same information is here. So now when we're coming over here to the right, so site code, the origin, whether it was a phone call in or through here, this client portal, the current status, this was resolved. Now the status reason, so this was deflected. That means, as you can tell down here by the knowledge base article, this was an article that they used and they clicked that button at the top that said, this solved my issue.
So when you went to create a case and you were searching through those articles to see if it resolved it, and you did find that article that was like, hey, this answered my question, this is awesome. And that blue button at the top that I was telling you guys for that helps us know that these knowledge-based articles are being informative and helping you guys out, that button right here, this also lets us know this is, oh, hey, this helps solve my issue. And so let's say you are opening this case back up because you're having routing errors again, or whatever issue you're having. This case was closed and you come in here and you're like, all right, okay, it looks like this answered their question or my question to see like my routing errors. You can go ahead and click on that and it will take you back to that knowledge-based article that answered that question. So you can read through it. Maybe it'll help you with the routing error that you're having. Maybe it doesn't. So if it doesn't, again, you can always go back. This. It'll bring, you'll close that window and come back to here. So let's say that didn't answer your question at all. So it's not the same issue. You'll go here to reopen the case. So any of the closed cases that you have had in the past, you are still able to reopen those. So we'll go here and reopen it. Title. Routing issue. And we'll just put test here for time's sake, but list again your comment here, still having a routing issue, it's slightly different, and list why it's different from the previous time. So then again, our support team has as much information as possible to be able to fix the issue. You'll hit submit. And that will send the support team an email. And again, whenever you open a support case, you will also receive an email as well. So that was reopened. We'll close it here. And let's go back by using this tab up here, My Cases. And we'll come back up here and look, right there at the top, it's reopened right here. So you can always go back into it. Okay, this is still open. Again, if this issue stops occurring before support gets back to you, you can go ahead and cancel that case. All notes, even when you've closed the case and reopened it, all previous notes and previous resolutions will all be here listed below, even if you've reopened that case. So it's kind of nice to be able to go back, study those notes, see what support has said in the past. Even if it's a new issue or an old issue, it's still good to refer back to those. So those will all be listed there. Okay, let's go back to the home page. All right, so with those two buttons, create a case and My Cases, I referred to our knowledge base a lot. Let's say you want to come into the portal and you're just looking for more information on things, or you don't really want to create a case and a support case, and you want to just get more information and see if you can solve it on your own without having to click these two buttons. You'll come over here to our knowledge base. It is an ever-expanding knowledge base. And here, up at the top, we have that similar search bar up here. You can go ahead and in there, type in whatever question, information you want. Let's see if you want to know, if you're just looking on articles about risk, Nova Risk, we'll go here and type in risk. It will bring up all articles pertaining to Nova Risk and that has risk in that title or information. And you can scroll down, click on it, read through it. So here, Nova Risk billing. Going through here, you can read the article. Some articles do have videos also attached to them. That's a new thing we've added here to the portal. Not all of them, though. We are still working through some. Those that do require a video, we do have most of them with videos. And I'll go through that in a second. But here, also, you can go to a previous article or forward to another one. It'll just go through your search in the Nova Risk articles that you had there. So, and also like the My Cases, we do have a tab up here at the top that will just take you straight back to knowledge base. So right here at the beginning again. Oh, one thing I do also want to point out up here in this right corner, we have a subscribe button. So if you want to subscribe, you can. I will say you will get quite a few emails, not a whole bunch. It's not going to be a lot, but anytime you do subscribe, anytime we add a new article to our knowledge base, you will get an email when that is posted. So it'll alert you and let you know, hey, there was a new article posted. Why don't you go ahead and like take a look at it, get more information. So you can subscribe if you would like. And then down below here, we have knowledge base categories. So a new category that we've been able to add here is videos. Let me show you that. So I'll click here. Now these are all the videos that are listed for NovaPax, NovaRis, any of the articles that we have. Some of these are attached to those as well. So let's take a look at this. NovaPax and NovaScan, scanning documents. So here, nice and simple, the video is right there. You can go ahead and click play, and it'll play through that, and you can gain all of that information that it has. It's been really nice that we have been able to add these because I know a few people have asked for videos, and we are also still working on adding more, making more videos. So those will come as we make those. Another new category is our Visar. So we just added that recently. These are all the articles we have on Visar. Go ahead, look through those, gain more information on Visar itself, and the same for all of these as you continue down. We have a category for NovaPax, NovaRis, walkthroughs, troubleshooting, crypto chart, and release notes. Below that, we have tags here. So with these tags, articles are tagged to them on whatever, if you need something on planning, routing studies. We try to use as many words as possible to make it easier for you guys to be able to click on that word and be like, this is the issue I'm having, but I'm not quite sure how to word it. Or if you're just looking for NovaPax stuff or NovaRis, again, we have all of these tagged within the articles. So you can go ahead and click on those and it'll take you to articles pertaining to it. Back to our knowledge base. Again, if you guys have any questions or if you're looking for us to maybe add some more knowledge base articles to this, those support cases that you create, come home here, create a case, typing in your question, just do test, create a new support ticket. We would love to know what articles you guys would like to see. What do you guys need information on that you cannot find in the knowledge base? Go ahead and create a case and make sure this is a question or for, let's say, applications training as well, so that or request, there we go, that's a better one, request there. You have a request to add a knowledge base article. One, this does go straight to support, so then they know, hey, these people are looking for this knowledge base article. Let's say you weren't able to find it, but it is on there. We can help locate that for you and direct you to that. But if it is not on there, we would love to know and be able to add that to the knowledge base so that we can better help you guys and assist you with those issues. So that is a bit about our knowledge base. Now, let's move on to newsletters. So we like to put these out once a month as much as we can. We are missing a couple, but we are working on August's currently. That should be out shortly. But in these articles, or newsletters, it just gives you a little spiel about what's going on here at Novarad. We have some product updates and announcements here, some stuff that's coming soon. And at times we'll also have a customer support tip here. We try to make these nice, quick little reads for you just to keep you up to date, answer any questions that may pop up and give you some solutions to those, just a little newsletter. We also at times will have a spotlight for our customers, the NovaPax admin that we really love and loves their job. We like to be able to spotlight you guys and be like, hey, we're glad to have you. This is an amazing person. This is what they do. We'll have those on occasion here. We are adding some new things to our newsletter as well, some videos and video updates as well in the news articles. So it's more interactive for you guys. You can watch what's going on. And I know that less words is usually a lot better for people. So a lot more, some people like watching videos, some people don't. So we'll have a mixture of both as the newsletters come out for you all. Again, we do have another subscribe button here for all those that want to subscribe to the newsletters. You will get an email each time a newsletter is posted. So if you want to keep up to date with us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button when you log in and those emails will be sent out. All right. The next one is our training. This one I'm really looking forward to, and I hope all of you will be as well. So as mentioned, if you were in the Advanced PACS admin training class just before this, Nate kind of mentioned about it a bit. We are really working on adding some training courses to this tab. We want to be able to provide more information, more interactive stuff for you guys to be able to learn more about Novarad and our products. And again, it's like our knowledge base. If you're having any issues or you feel like you need more training, we want to be able to provide that training for you on the customer portal because this is for you guys. We're looking to add our user group trainings here. Again, I am working with ASRT and ARRT to make sure that we can allow you guys to take courses online here to get CE credits for them. In case, let's say you weren't able to do the user group or you weren't here the whole time, things come up, things happen. We want to be able to have those courses here for you to still get credit for them. So we're looking to put that here as well. Any learning paths, they'll be categorized so then you can know. Also this team progress tab, any courses that you're taking on this team progress tab, I can't really show you here, but it will show you how far in the course you are. So let's say you start a course, you get halfway through, you have to step away, you have to come back to it a different day. Totally fine. That's okay. It'll save your spot here and it'll let you know, hey, this is where you are, and it'll let you restart it and rejoin that. So you can do that here. You can also search by assignments when those, again, are up on the portal. We'll have those there. So again, don't have any courses. This is a work in progress. We're trying to add as much as we can here and get this up and running because we are very excited for this. Okay, let's go back to the home. All right, upcoming events. We like this a lot because, as you can tell, it lists our upcoming event, which is right now, user group, Novarad. We do have a one coming up in September. So you can search here if we have more events going on and there's a specific one you've heard about, you can search for it here. Search for it by led classes, by when it starts. Let's do September 20th, apply filters. Okay, so no instructor led courses. Well, interesting, but there should be applied there for user group. I'll have to look into that, but you can search by those dates here. We also have a calendar view if you want to change your calendar view. It'll list here, so Novarad user group, rad to the bone. Going on to the next month, it'll be listed whenever you go through that each month. So that's a little bit, you want to keep up to date on what's happening here at Novarad. Those will be listed in the calendar, all of the events here. All right. Okay, moving on to product information. So all the products and the information that we have will be listed here. Click into there. You'll have articles and flyers and brochures on NovaPACS, NovaRIS, OpenSite, and Compass, Nova Pro, Nova MG, Nova Dose, all of them you will see here. If you want to learn more, you can go ahead. Let's see, we want to know more about Nova Cardio. It will open up a flyer and it'll have just some information that you can read through, learn more about Nova Cardio. If you want to know more, go ahead and let us know. But yeah, this lists a flyer here so you can read about Nova Cardio. Just close that flyer. Again, all of these each have a flyer with information for them. Go back to the home page. Next tab we have is our user manuals. I have had a lot of people reach out to me that do have access to the portal, and they've gone through our user manuals and reported back that it was very helpful for them. So we have these here for you to go through and read. We just added our new Visor manual. Go ahead and click into our Visor manual. So here it lists our whole entire manual. There's a table of contents. Go through all of those. Let's say you don't want to read through a large manual, which makes sense. It's a lot to go through. One quick way I've learned that you can kind of search through this, let's say you have a keyword. If you just on your on your keyboard, go Control F. Up here in the top right brings up that little search button. So let's say you're looking for tags. That's tags. So there's 1 out of 108 words. So this will highlight, if you guys can see here in the middle of the page, it's blue. So right there. And we'll just scroll down and it will list. You can either scroll or again, in these arrows up here in the top right, you can't just go from each tag. Oh, there it goes again, highlighted in blue. It'll take you to each tag, each word that we typed up in that search bar. So you can kind of just search through the article looking for that specific word that you're, hey, I'm just looking for this. I'm just looking for information on this in the manual. Going through that makes it a lot easier to just go through the whole entire manual looking for that specific word that you're really looking for information on. So you can go through that, search that way. Again, makes it a lot easier. So here, we'll close out of this manual. And we have all of these here for, again, Nova PACS, Nova RIS, Nova MG down here as well. Go back home. All right, and then the release notes here. So I believe, if I'm correct, we have some of the release notes all the way back to 8.8, I believe 884. All of them are listed for whichever ones have release notes. So Nova Cardio, Nova RIS, Nova MG, and CryptoChart, and Nova PACS. You can go through those, check out the new release notes. This is our newest one, 8.10.3. You can go through those and make sure you're up to date. If there's anything, if you want an update, all of those things, whichever update you are on, it'll give you the information on those release notes there. So it's really informative place to be able to just come and grab those. So those are listed there. Go back home. All right, and then one thing that's really nice about the portal, down here at the bottom, so if you're just wanting to see an overall view, all of your recent articles that you've searched right here, all will be listed and you can always see more. Also, your recent cases, whether they've been resolved, canceled, or if they're currently active, all of those will be listed here, and you can easily just click into one and it'll bring you straight to it. It will open it in a separate window. It's loading a bit, but it'll bring you straight to that case. So if it's a closed one you need to reopen, you can reopen there, reopen right there, just like we went over earlier. Just close that window. So again, it's really straightforward. We give you as many options as we can to be able to go see your cases, open them up, and our knowledge base. So that is our customer portal. So I will open up these last few minutes here to any questions you guys might have. We'll go ahead and put those either in the Q&A or in the chat window. We'll give everybody a few minutes to do that. Thought there was a question. Okay, Brandy, once you create a new user, how does that user gain access into the portal since you don't create them a temporary password? So it will, once you, let's go into team access. So if it's a new user and you create them in there, it will send them an email, and through the email, they'll be able to gain access and create their own password. So that's how they will gain access. If it's somebody that's, like Nate had covered, not they don't show up at your site under here, do the new user, they will get the email, along with if you're changing somebody, if you need to update their password, reset their password, update their access, it will send them an email to the email listed. So just make sure they're checking their email for that.
I can answer Sean's question if you want. So Sean, the portal.novarad.net is the old portal. We don't do anything with that anymore. We don't update it anymore, add content to it. Customer.novarad.net is the new portal.
I'll put a link to our portal in the chat actually. So then if you guys want, you can click on it and bookmark it, make it a lot easier to access that quickly. I will also mention each month, for those that are able to log onto the portal, each month I will be sending out a feedback email just for everybody that month that had logged in, of wondering what you guys think we could do to better update and improve the customer portal. We, again, want this portal to be customized to you guys and how you need it to be formed and used, and we will do the best that we can to accommodate that. But each month, again, if you have logged into the portal, I will get a list of people that are using it and send out that email to make sure we're reading that feedback that you guys have for us. Alrighty. If we don't have any more questions, then we will go ahead and I will one more time. Again, if you guys have any questions that come up later about the portal, or let's say you want a one-on-one training for the portal, you can go ahead and let's see. So we'll put that portal. Oh, it's just in the chat already up at the top, the portal request. If you want access to it, portal request at novarad.net. And then if you have questions pertaining to this user group class, again, it's user group questions at novarad.net. All right, we do have a question about where can we learn more about the CE certification? So let's see. For this class, all of you that I will be sending out your certifications for this class. If you're asking about that this training button here and those CE credits, we are still working on that. So once we get that up and going, we will send out more information and how to get certificates. We'll send all that information out once we get that training part up and going. So you will get that information as that happens. And then we did have another question. I'm trying to remove a person from Team Access that is inactive. Okay. Team Access, if you're trying to remove someone, Nate, correct me if I'm wrong. Currently, we're only able to disable them from using the portal.
Yes.
If you did have somebody leave your site, okay.
Yeah, disable them and then just adjust your filters to show only active users.
Alrighty. Okay, make sure you send any more questions you have to usergroupquestions@novarad.net. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks, everyone.